What's up, everybody? I am Daniel Greer, your host of Bluff City Bets, where I make you just a little bit smarter and make your cash go just a little bit farther. Bluff City Bets is presented by Zen Sports here on the Bluff City Media Network. Complete coverage of all things Memphis. Make sure you subscribe here to get the podcast, but make sure you also go and be a subscriber to our YouTube channel. We want to make sure we're just kind of boosting that thing up. And so if you could go ahead and hit the subscribe button over on YouTube, but make sure you keep on listening. We cashed with Chase. Cash with Chase. I like that. He hit the USA Soccer, his play there, but also he was in baseball there with the Diamondbacks, fading the Rays. I actually have a play in the Discord channel right now where I am backing the Rays. So make sure you tune into our Discord channel. If you need a link, hit us up in the DMs. I'll be more than happy to give you that. We have 3 segments today. They're very simple. We're going to go around the league and give you some games to watch. They're going to give you what to play. And these are going to be 2 guys I'm targeting over the weekend. And it's very simple for me. I'm looking at matchups. I'm looking at hot hitters. And the last thing, I'm going to give you my official plays. I'm going to give you a team total and a player on the hits, runs, and RBIs. But before we get there, we got to tell you a little bit about Zen Sports. Zen Sports has been amazing to us. They can be amazing to you. Go ahead and join and download the Zen Sports app now. What you get is in the first 15 days of joining, you get unlimited 5% cash back. I said unlimited. That is true. That's what you get. You get unlimited 5% cash back. And then after that, every month you get 3% cash back. So it's kind of like the first of the month, you get a little paycheck for everything you spend over at Zen Sports. So go ahead and do that now. Sign up on Zen Sports and you will start making a little bit more cash back. And honestly, use the code BluffC. Bluff, you should be able to spell it. And just the letter C. BluffC. Very easy. Go ahead and sign up and put that in now. Let's go ahead and get to our plays. The first segment, you know what we got. It's going to go around the league a little bit. And I have 3 games I want to target. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull up my notes now. But the first game I'm going to pull is the Padres at the Reds. And so the reason I'm targeting this for the simple fact that the Reds have been hot and the Padres have not been hot. And so I want to make sure I target that actual matchup because there's a lot of books that are on the San Diego Padres because I think they have the 3rd highest payroll, if not the first, but I think it's the 3rd highest payroll around the league, and they are not good. Their record is 37-44 on the year. They're 10.5 games back of the Diamondbacks. That is just disgusting. But you know who's in a tie for the first place at NL Central is your Cincinnati Reds, 43-38. They are 7-3 over the last 10. And those Padres that we just talked about that are literally favored tonight in Cincinnati, they are 2 of the last 8. They're just coming off a sweep there in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to go ahead and fade them. But if you want to go ahead and target that game, there's going to be some runs. I expect there be a good amount of runs. The wind is always blowing out in Cincinnati. I'm a Braves fan. I watched that entire series, and it was disgusting. I would hate to be a pitcher in that I guess that part because the ball is always flying out unless the wind's circling, which we targeted that last game, that Sunday game, and I try to stay away from Sunday. I targeted the Sunday game, and the wind was circling. It was just nothing would get out at that point. But the wind is blowing out tonight, and so I'm going to target that game. But make sure you look at those lines because a big league, a big market team in the San Diego Padres, they're going to get the backing a lot from Vegas and the numbers in the sports book. So you might be able to catch an easy money line plus money line tonight for sure for Cincinnati. The next game I'm looking at is the Astros and the Rangers. The Astros are getting hot. They're 44-37 on the year. They're second place. Second. Behind? Yep, those Rangers. Those Rangers are 49-32 on the year. And so they're 5 games back of the Rangers. The Rangers have been playing very well, but the Astros look to be playing really well as well. And so I'm looking at that being a slugfest. It's probably not a game I'm too interested in on betting for the most part because those lines, man, they're going to be so tight. Two good teams. But the reason I tell you that is because this matchup will be really good for the simple fact it's 1 versus 2. If the Rangers in a 4-game series, as the Rangers can make sure they just at least split, they keep their 5-game lead. But if they can somehow get 3 of the 4, there you go. You're increasing your league. Now you're up to 7. It's head to head at that point. And so that is a game I'm going to watch. Anybody that I'm targeting, I'm probably looking at maybe Simeon and Seager for 1+ hits. That might be something I want to go ahead and look at. But I'm not. It's probably a stay away, and it's just hey, let's be fans and let's enjoy it a little bit, and let's watch these games of 2 really good teams that look to be playing very well and heading the right direction. And so that's going to be a game I'm going to watch. Another one, which I always watch, is the Marlins at the Braves. Look at these 2 teams. The Braves, 53-27. The Marlins, 48-34. The Braves have played very well against the Marlins. Well, if you look at the Marlins, they played well against everybody except for Atlanta. Their record, 48-34. Okay, 48-34. The other one, the rest of the league outside of the Braves, their record 47-28. 47-28. They're playing very well against everybody except for Atlanta. So if you're looking at that number, it's 1-6. It's crazy what that number is. And so I am looking at this for the simple fact that the Braves have a +117 in the run differential, and the Marlins have a whopping 0. They have Luis Arraez, and he is a very good hitter. He is a +400 hitter. I think he'll fall below that at some point during the year because everybody has their lulls. It's hard to be at 400, but it's going to be a very good matchup to watch. Those 2 teams don't have incredible pitching. They have good pitching, but not incredible pitching. So I expect some runs to be scored. We're already looking at lines for the Braves over 5.5 runs. They are playing at home. I do like that. But that number, how high is it going to continue to go? If it's at a 5, I like that because I got to push at the 5th run. But if not, you're talking about a team that has to score 6. They're not guaranteed that last at bat at home. So I expect the Braves to win every game. They're not going to win every game. I wouldn't expect, but I would hope that they would win every game because they are the better team. But you don't get that 9th inning at bat. So you're looking at 8 innings they have to score 6 runs in potentially. That's tough. It's hard to bet that line, especially when the odds aren't the greatest in our favor. But man, I am looking at both these teams. Marlins are 7-3 of the last 10. And the Braves are 9-1 over the last 10. We're talking about some teams that are very hot. The Reds, I like them against the Padres the entire weekend. If you want to look at that line for them just to win the series, it's got to be good. I have not actually looked at it, but I really do like that. And then the Astros Rangers, 4-game set. I expect to go 2-2. It's just going to stay stagnant. And then I expect the Braves to take 2 out of 3 there. They do have Michael Soroka coming back tonight. They sent him down to AAA. So he is coming back tonight to pitch for the Braves. He hasn't looked amazing. But he hasn't looked terrible. So I'm not sure what that looks like. But you're talking about the Braves do line up well this weekend in their pitching matchups. You have Strider going on Sunday and Morton going on Saturday. So look for that to be a really good matchup. All right, let's go ahead and go to segment 2, where we're going to give you some players to watch, and then we're going to tell you a little bit of what to play because I think that's going to be important. We're going to skip some big cash and bad beats this week. I know Chase gave you some, but we're going to skip that. We're going to keep going to what to play and keep on this going. But it's going to be 2 guys I'm going to target. And in our 3rd segment, don't forget, it's going to be our official plays. So make sure you stay tuned with us. All right, these 2 guys I'm going to look at. And something I'm going to do here is I'm going to share the screen a little bit. And so you're not going to be able to see me anymore. That's okay. You're welcome. But we're going to look at 2 guys that we want to target completely. And that's going to be Manny Machado. I don't know why I said it like that. Manny Machado. He's going to be a guy that I'm looking at. And so we're going to go over here to the hits. And this is the PROPS.CASH. So make sure you go over there. And it's BCMBET. BCMBET is our code. Go ahead and sign up. And you will make sure you get a little bit of something in your stocking at Christmas. All right, let's look at Manny Machado. And the reason I'm looking at him is not for Friday night. I'm looking at him for Saturday. And why? Why do you ask? If you see this in green over here, this green area is 366 versus left-handed pitching. 366. Manny Machado has two left-handed pitchers he is going against over the course of Saturday and Sunday. And if you look at these numbers below, let's look at these numbers below. This just the hit lines. If you look down here, he's hitting 65% on the year. But if you actually dig down deeper, the last 20 games, let's go to the last 30. We'll show you on the screen if you're watching at YouTube. And if you're not, shame on you. But let's look at Manny Machado right here. Last 20 games, he has 16 out of the last 20 games. He's had a hit, which means he's getting a little bit hotter. But then also look at the last 20 games and look at total hits. He's had 24 total hits in the last 20 games. He's had 2 games where he's had 3 hits, and then looks like he's had 6 games where he's had 2 hits in. Manny Machado is getting hot. But if I'm looking at this, in 76 at-bats against left-handed pitching, he has 18 singles, 5 doubles, and 3 home runs. And the reason I want to target that is the place he's playing at. He's playing in Cincinnati where the ball does fly. I'm looking at possibly total bases there, maybe hits, runs, RBIs. If that number is below 1.5, I love it. 2.5, it's probably a stay away. If it's 2.5, I'm probably going to go to total bases, and that's what I'm going to target there. You're looking at tonight, he's at 1.5 total bases, minus 105. So I don't like that tonight. But if you give me the same odds going into Saturday and Sunday's matchup, give me Manny Machado to go total bases, definitely over 1.5. So that's something to target there in the Saturday's matchup. And so we like Manny Machado. All right, who is the next best, hottest hitter in the world right now? Shohei Ohtani. Look at these numbers. If you're looking at this, just the last 30, right? This is not hits, people. This is not hits. This is total bases. Let's show you just the hits in general. Shohei Ohtani, like the last 30, 87%, 26 of 30. That is nuts. Absolutely nuts. So he is a guy I'm targeting at 1+ hit. In everything I look at, I'm going to try to see if I can slide him in somehow, some way. And I will make sure I show you why you want to dig just a little bit deeper into Shohei Ohtani. Look at these total bases. 73%, 22 of 30 in the last 30, 22 of 30. That is nuts. Those numbers are incredible. And so right now, tonight, he's going against Tommy Henry. It is a left-handed pitcher. Against left-handed batters, he's 265 average. And Shohei Ohtani is 256 against left-handed pitchers, and right-handed pitchers, he's 308 on the year. I'm looking at him for total bases tonight, as well as hits, runs, and RBIs. And you saw that same number, 73%. We're still at 22 of 30. Man, but those last games, if you're looking at all that green with those 2 little games in between, I love Shohei Ohtani. He's getting hot. He is hot. He's in fuego right now. And so anything that I'm looking at, I'm targeting somehow, some way. I'm targeting Shohei Ohtani because that guy, he is so hot right now. And I think there's a chance to really get on the back of Shohei Ohtani and really just ride him because he is a guy that will just take you straight to the pay window. And so let's go ahead and, have a little fun and make sure that we give you a little bit of love to Shohei Ohtani. And somebody else we want to give a little bit of love to is our sponsor, Zen Sports. Let's hear a little bit from them. All right. Thank you to Zen Sports. Make sure you tune in and make sure you go and download the app where you can save. Remember, your 5% cash back in the first 15 days. You get 3% cash back every month. Just leave your money in there and they will make sure they give you your 3% cash back. That way you can cash with them. So it's kind of like a savings bank. Put your money in, bet, have fun, win, and then you get extra for winning. But also anybody else that you refer back, you get 5% back for their first 6 months. So get in, use the code BluffC, and then share your referral code. Not a lot of people know that Zen Sports is around. Okay. So we got to share. We got to tell everybody about them. Make sure you share your referral code. If you want to share BluffC, by all means, but sign up and use the code BluffC right now today, and you will start earning money and you will have a lot of fun. Zen Sports betting just got better. All right, let's go ahead and go to our official play. And what is that? Let's turn it up. This is the official play today. I have two for you, and I'm going to target a game. What I'm going to look at is the Cincinnati Reds over 4.5 runs at -130. And I just told you why in the first segment. I love the Cincinnati Reds, especially at home. Look at these games. Out of the last 11 games, both home and on the road, they are 9 out of the last 11 games of scoring 5 or more runs. This team is young and they're hungry. And so I want to target them, especially the middle of the season. We're talking about the dog days of the summer where it's very, very hot. And so I'm going to target the Cincinnati Reds. In the last 6 home games, yeah, they've covered. And if I want to go, I think it's like 8 of the last 10, 8 of the last 9. I'm not sure exactly. I stopped at 6. When I saw 6 in a row, I just said, you know what? Let's keep going. So the official play, the first official play, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Reds over 4.5 runs tonight, Friday night. Make sure you go ahead and get it in. And we're going to make sure we cash against the San Diego Padres. It's at -130. And then after that, we're going to go Shohei Ohtani. And I just showed you why. You can play either way. I don't care. I'm going to take a little bit of the safer. It is -135, and that's over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. So as long as if he gets a hit and an RBI on that hit, we cash. And it could be a single. I don't care what it is. And so at that point, I'm going to do that. If for some reason they walk him and they don't allow him to hit and he scores 2 runs, that's what helps us. And so it's -135. I found this over on BetMGM. And so if you want to play it there, it is couple other places, but I think it's a little bit higher odds. But the best odds I found was at MGM at -135. And then the other one you can look at is total bases. If you want to look at 2 total bases, 73% over the last 30 games. He's the same thing, but it's at +105. So if you like that, and if you've seen that, pretty much there, the correlation is there. So he's doing both. So if he gets hits, run, RBI, he's gone ahead and has 2 total bases as well. And so what I'm going to look at is maybe playing a little bit of both and going all in with that, with maybe 2 units, a unit on each, just because I really think he's a very hot hitter. And even if you do miss, you have the next day, and then you have the next day. And so I like Shohei Ohtani against anybody that's pitching. In Arizona, their pitchers are great. I think that they're going to be very good. Zach Gallen is going against Shohei Ohtani Sunday, and so that's a matchup that I really love and I really enjoy. It's going to be fun to watch just as a fan. But I'll probably just as we talked about last time, we're going to keep playing Shohei Ohtani until the wheels fall off. And so he was in Colorado last weekend, and we played him for a home run. I think he hit one of 3 in the games, but he covered his total bases, I think, in all the games. And so anything that you like with Shohei Ohtani, I'd say go ahead and go with it. I don't think there's a wrong play with him, but I'm going to take the safer option with the Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. All right, that's all we have. That's everything that I can do and give you. If you want to join us over at our Discord channel, please do. You can make sure you join us there. We have a lot of fun. We talk a lot of live betting as well. Just hit us up. You can find us over at Bluff City Bets on Twitter. Send us a DM. We'll send you a direct link to go to our Discord. It's for free, completely, no questions asked, just to get the free plays. Why not? But that's all we have. Let's have a great weekend. It's about to be 4th of July. Hang out with your friends, shoot some fireworks, but but just be careful, Terry. See you.